Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Mr. Lady, all the other good stuff. Welcome to Kinetic Aesthetic. Your boy is Germ, of course, that's me, and I'm here to talk to y'all about a list. Not just any list. It's a list that was curated by both Billboard and Vibe, and it is compiled of what they consider the 50 greatest rappers of all time. It's not just men, they included the women too. They going from as far back as you can probably think of, and they're gonna just whittle it down and they're gonna tell us who they think are the best. Now, this list came out about, I want to say, like early last month. It's March if y'all are listening to this, probably, because that's when I'm gonna drop it. But they came out with this list and it just slipped my mind. I didn't hear about it until I want to say about a week or two ago. And it doesn't matter when this is actually recording. But what I wanted to talk about was just go over the list. I'm going to just live react to it with y'all because I haven't actually looked at I know the top three, but I do not know the rest of it. So what I want to do is go through this. I want to live react to it. I want to see if they missed anybody, see who the hell was on there that was like, did this motherfucker really need to be on this list? And I'm going to just give y'all my reactions. So, like I always say, stay tuned, go and get yourself something to drink, get something to eat, because it's a list of 50 rappers and there's probably going to be thoughts on more than a few. So, stay tuned.
Hey there. Do you ever feel like you're getting old? Do you ever feel like the days are just slowly melding into one another and you can't really tell which one is which anymore? Like you can't remember if it's a Monday or if it's Thursday, or if it's February or if it's June, or if it's 2022 or if it's 2025. If you start to go through that feeling of just feeling like you're too old or feeling like your best days are getting behind you, maybe what you need is a pep boost, and maybe what you need to do is read a book about someone else and their trials and their tribulations and their experiences as they grew older, as they became their own person. And you can do that by reading the good book made by my amazing sister-in-law, Lucy Smalls. The book is called Margie Wadsworth's Unforgettable Senior Year. As you can tell by the name, it's all about her senior year of high school, loosely based. It's not exactly it. It's not 100% one-to-one, but it's loosely based. But it's an amazing story just about all the trials and tribulations she had to go through, all the juggling she had to do between family, responsibility, schoolwork, love, all of that. And this was before she had even got to college and met my brother. So this is a story that if you have any woman in your life that just wants to read something that's going to relate to her, that's going to connect to her and her growth, this is the story for them. I'm going to tell you right now, whether she be young, whether she be older, get this book. This book is going to make a big impact on a woman in your life. They're going to love to have this person. I know a lot of my listeners are male, but get this book for the important woman in your life. She will appreciate it. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. You might want to read the book your damn self, because it's just a damn good book. Go do it.
Now, before I get into the actual list, I just want to say, I don't think anybody should get any type of reaction, or too strong of reaction, I should say, towards this list, because y'all got to remember and understand, these are fucking journalists. These are subjective. This is not like, and for the record, this is a subjective, just opinion. You can't really ever come out and say who is the greatest rapper of all time, because everybody's greatest is different and everybody has their own reasoning for it. It's the LeBron versus Michael Jordan debate all over again. You can like them both, you can hate them both, but you can't really say that one is better than the other, because it's sort of impossible to quantify or decide what makes that person better. It's not like sports, where even then it's subjective. Music is literally all just opinion based. I might like the way a motherfucker sound, another person might not. So regardless of how I might react to some of these, understand this is all opinion. There's no such thing as objective fact. Now, to start the list off, they had Rick Ross at 50. I feel like that's a little low. I feel like you could put Rick Ross a tad bit higher. Regardless of what you want to say about him as a person, him and his background and all that other shit, the nigga has one of the greatest ears for beats of all time. Bar none. I don't care what anybody says. Maybach Music 1, 2, 3, and 4 is some of the best produced music of all time. He is that dude when it comes to just knowing how to find some great production, like Justice League, Cardo. That man knows what he's doing. I feel like 50 is a little bit too low. I don't know where I would put him. I wouldn't put him past like 40 or nothing like that, but too low. Rev Run is next. It's going to be a lot of older folks on here that I'm not really going to be able to say nothing too much about. I feel like you have to have Run DMC like represented on this list at some point. So I get it in that sense. And I'm going to leave it at that. I feel like he's right where he was, like right where he should be if he's going to be on here at all. Melly Mel from Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 is next. Again, this is one of them older ones. I can't really talk too much about him as an artist because I wasn't around really in his heyday or damn near. I really haven't even, I don't be hearing a lot of his music. Like, I think the only time I've really ever heard a Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 song was off San Andreas. So I'm not going to say too much about him. I'm going to just say my man deserved, my man, like, you got to put them on there. The Message was one of the biggest songs ever. So when it comes to rap, that's like one of the OG songs that laid the foundation. So you got to give them respect. MC Lyte. MC Lyte is next. I'm going to leave this one alone, and I'm not going to say much about it because this is the first woman on the list. I felt like she should have been higher just based off her name because MC Lyte, I mean, you think of female rap, and me personally, it's MC Lyte, it's Lil' Kim. Like, then maybe you could go into, it starts to get into the more like modern female rap in terms of like the big ones that held the shit down. It's MC Lyte. You could say Queen Latifah after her, but she didn't do it the same way I guess MC Lyte did, at least to me. And again, I'm a young motherfucker. I can't really say because I wasn't there. And then you get from Lil' Kim, then you get into the Nicki and all that shit. So we're going to see. It's really going to depend on the rest of this list, but I feel like she could have been higher. Jadakiss deserves to be somewhere on the list. I'll give him that. So I'm not going to say not much about that. Ice-T at 45. Ice-T is one of the biggest rappers of all time. Just like in terms of his influence, in terms of like his stature and his presence. So I give him that. I mean, Colors. Again, like these is old motherfuckers. So I really can't sit there and tell y'all nothing about it like that. There's some people that's probably older than me that's gonna listen to this, gonna be like, "What the hell is this man trying to sit here and tell me about rappers that he wasn't even born for?" And honestly, I damn near would put Ice-T a little higher just because I got respect for him based off SVU career. Like, I'm sorry, I got respect for the acting and all that. I shouldn't want to put him higher than that off of that, but I do. I feel like he's probably higher than 45. Okay, Queen Latifah is 44. I don't think she should be above MC Lyte. No disrespect to Queen Latifah. She is a GOAT. She is like dope as fuck for everything that she was doing and holding down for women just back in the day, back when that shit was harder than it is now. But nah, she shouldn't be above MC Lyte. Bun B is next. Respectable. Redman is next. Respectable. E40. Respectable. It's a decent list. I haven't seen a name that doesn't belong yet. I'll say that. Dr. Dre. No. I'm going to say this right now, and I'm going to say it. Same thing I'm going to say about Kanye, because if Dre is on the list, I know Kanye is. If you're not writing your own shit, if you are not a fucking MC, you should not be on this list. Dre does not write his shit. He never really has. Yes, he has great delivery. Yes, he could say shit that better than a lot of other people. He is not the guy that should be on this list. He's a producer first. That's like Metro Boomin being on this list. It just doesn't make sense to me. The Chronic was not like, that was Snoop's bars throughout most of the Chronic, I'm going to say. I haven't researched that, but I'm sorry. It's just Ice Cube was writing shit for him when he was in NWA. So, yeah, I got a lot of respect for Dre as he is now. Back in the day, he was a real issue with the way he was handling himself. But nah, he definitely shouldn't be on the fucking list. Ludacris is next. Low. It's a little low. It's a little fucking low. There's actually the more I think about this, the more I just don't like this listing. This specific one. Ludacris should not be 39. He shouldn't be like top 10, no shit like that. He shouldn't even be top 15 or top 20. But you got to put him a little higher than 39. He held the fucking game down. He was great at what he did. He played a very big part, in my opinion, in establishing the South as the spot to be at when it comes to rap. So 39 for me, I think that's a little bit low. They did him a little bogus. Gucci is next at 38. I'm trying to think about this. Now, Gucci deserves to be on this list. That I'm going to say is unquestionable. I'm not going to even try to deny that. Now, my question is, would I put Gucci above Luda? And if that's the case, where exactly would I place Luda? Because Gucci's ranking don't necessarily sound bad. Gucci does sound like he's not like top 25 and nothing like that, but I'd put him in my top 50 of all time for everything he's done. Motherfuckers, if you were not there for Gucci's mixtape run, for everything before The State versus Roderick Davis, you missed out on an era of rap. Now, I was young as hell, and I really am only hip to Gucci because I kid you not, my brother used to always play Gucci. If it was two niggas music I was hearing in the car when I was with my brother, it is Gucci Mane and it's some Soulja Boy. Now, Soulja Boy don't belong anywhere on this fucking list, but Gucci Mane, back in the early 2000s, that mixtape run was legendary. The shit that he was dropping was ridiculous. Photo Shoot, Freaky Girl, just all the shit that he was dropping from his tapes and everything back then. The way he was literally like, I think he was more. I thought of him more so as the leader of the South, more so than T.I., or at least Atlanta, because Wayne was from the South and he was running everything. But Gucci was that guy. So he definitely deserves his spot on here. I can't say nothing about it. It's just it don't feel right to put him above Ludacris. So that's weird. Common is next. I like this one. You know, I'm trying to think about it. Do I disagree with it at all? I don't. Common, he's sort of right where he should be. He shouldn't be at the bottom of the list or anything like that, but he shouldn't be at the top. Most Def. Okay. Most Def. You know what? He's always been somebody that's been like I'm only like even thinking about this harder than I probably should, because Most Def's been one of those rappers that's like, he's respected. Everybody says how great he is just as an MC. And I've never really even tried to listen to his music, and the times I have, it hasn't really captured my attention. So I'm just going to say, for me, I don't necessarily think Most Def would be this high up. I feel like just off name alone and off just respect factor from people, because I mean, I'll be honest, if everybody else, especially motherfuckers that's actually in the rap world, are going to sing your praises, I really can't sit there and disagree and say, oh no, that nigga not shit. That nigga don't deserve to be on the list. Because I'm not a rapper. I'm not one of those people. I'm not as contemporaries. Up next is Future. Wow, this one's low. Now Future, you could put as top 25 in my opinion. This is not someone I'm gonna try to say is top 10, no shit like that. But 35. I feel like 35 is a little low. It's a little low. This nigga is legit the reason. Him, along with Wayne and Ye, those three are literally like, they shape the sound that we hear today in rap. So I don't know. I can't really necessarily agree with this one. It's not high enough. Chuck D from Public Enemy is next. I agree with this. I don't got much to say on Chuck D. I like all the Public Enemy songs I've heard. Some people say it doesn't. I haven't necessarily listened to them all in depth like that. I haven't fully listened to an album yet. But all the songs from Public Enemy that I have heard, I've liked. They were doing great shit with the messages they were trying to push back then. So I'm not going to disagree with this one. Chuck D deserves some representation. He shouldn't be too low. Busta Rhymes is next. A little low. This is a little low. You could have put Busta up in the top 25 and I wouldn't have batted an eye. You could have been like, I wouldn't have. It's really hard to think to like say where I would have put somebody, because I'd have to like literally put up my entire list of paper, and I just don't have the fucking energy to do all that, especially not as I'm just live reacting. But I feel like Busta Rhymes could have been higher. Held it down. T.I. This is too high. This is incredibly too high. He's not better than a lot of other people on this list that have come so far. He's not better than Future. He's not more important than Gucci. He's damn sure not better or more important for Atlanta's history than Ludacris. And T.I. definitely held himself down, but Ludacris, like, I'm sorry, I feel like he was more important because he was the one that laid the foundation. I just really wouldn't put him, like, I definitely feel like he could have been put more in the 40s. Like, he definitely deserves his respect, but he could have been put in the 40s, and I feel like I would have agreed much more. So, yeah, T.I., I don't agree with this. Lil' Kim is next. This is just a good choice. This is just an all-around good choice. I'm going to say that. Lauryn fucking Hill. No disrespect to Lauryn Hill, but one album should not get you up here. One album shouldn't get you this fucking high. Yeah, she was great. Yeah, she won like the album of the year for the shit and all that other shit, but she is not in the top 50 rappers of all time. Not based off of one fucking album. I know she did shit with the Fugees. I know the verse she did on Nas's album that came out in 2021, King's Disease 2. It was great. She's not this high. She's not. And I don't think that's right. Alright, y'all smoking dick. They smoking dick now. Pusha T, 29. Pusha T. Yes, he beefed with Drake. Yes, he won. He's not 29 on the 50 greatest rappers of all time. Let's fucking stop. That was the first bad choice they've made. Just because he embarrassed a nigga that was bigger than him does not mean that he should be that high. I'm just not going to agree with this. Like, the Clips is good. They had great songs, legendary songs. He's not 29. He's not above Lil' Kim. He's not above T.I. Like, he's just not. He's not above T.I. I'm not going to put him above T.I. And if T.I. belongs in the fucking 40s, Pusha T deserves to be either off the list or like 49. And I'm going to leave it at that. But y'all not going to sit here and try to tell me that Pusha T deserves to be at 29 above so many other people. Coming up next, Black Thought. This is... How do I describe Black Thought, or my thoughts on Black Thought? He is he's cool. Like, he's just one of those rappers that's like, I don't want to call it lyrical miracle or just somebody that's just a technical rapper. And that people that are just technical rappers shouldn't get this high, because here's the thing. I hear people talk about somebody being such a great MC and how that means that they have more value than another motherfucker who maybe doesn't rap as well, but he just has more commercial or crossover appeal. In my opinion on it is this. That's part of being a rapper. Part of being a rapper is your delivery and your charisma on the mic. If you are a great rapper, but you have an uninteresting voice, or I just don't necessarily give a fuck or want to hear you rap, like on a whole album, that's a point against you. And I'm not saying that about Black Thought. I'm just saying, like, just because you are technically sound does not mean anything. Eminem was technically sound and he was interesting. That's what made him blow up to the point he did, and the fact that he was white. But he had that shit going for him in addition to being white. You take away the interesting parts of Eminem, the shit about the interesting thing he does with his voice, the funniness that he has on some of his songs, it's not hitting the same. You see, that's what's the problem with his career right now. Motherfuckers is not trying to hear you when all you have to offer is that you can put words together well, that you can rhyme really fast. Nobody wants to hear that shit. That's why rappers like that, that's why a rapper like Immortal Technique or a Hobson or any of those dudes, they were cool to niche motherfuckers on the internet, but they're not ever going to have success with the general public. That'll get you a career. Technical skill will get you a career, but you're not going to progress past that bottom surface level because motherfuckers is not trying to hear that on a regular basis. That's cool for if you go into a battle rap type shit and you just want to see some motherfucker perform. So you just want to hear the motherfucker that's the dopest with his wordplay and all that. But you want someone that is going to interest you and is going to draw you in with their persona, with their charisma on the mic, with all the other shit. It's the simple fact of the matter. It's not fair to some of these dudes because it's a lot of dudes that's got so much talent in this shit that are never going to progress or go anywhere because you're just not interesting. You're just boring. You don't bring anything else to the table aside from the fact that, hey, I can rap really good. It's probably a billion at this point other motherfuckers that can rap really good. That doesn't mean that motherfuckers want to give them a career and want to go see them perform in huge stadiums. You got to do something that's going to hold people, that's going to rock the crowd. And yeah, those are my thoughts on that. Black Thought is not a bad choice though. Like, I'll say just off word of name, just off strength of name alone and just legacy and the respect motherfuckers get from their own type of peers and everything, he deserves this spot. So yeah, Black Thought, I don't got nothing. Like, it's the roots. You gotta recognize the roots. So you gotta recognize them. Up next, Q-Tip. Again, I fuck with this one. I fuck with this choice. You have to have a Tribe Called Quest represented somehow. And I mean, Q-Tip has a whole career outside of them. Like, I knew who Q-Tip was before I knew who a Tribe Called Quest was. So, no type of fucking, no disagreements here. He's had his influences still seen. You got Tyler right now running around who's already credited him. Give him his due. Big Pun. No. Like, Big Pun is legendary. He's one of the... How do I say this without sounding ignorant, to say the least? If Big Pun is here and Fat Joe isn't, and I'll be honest with you, Fat Joe does not belong in the top 25. Nowhere does Fat Joe belong in the top 25. So, Big Pun shouldn't be on this list. I'm going to say it right now. Big Pun shouldn't be on the list. I like the song Still Not a Player. It's cool. He shouldn't be on the fucking list. Wow. So that's half of the list. That's half of the list right now. So far, Big Pun is sort of like he just shouldn't be there. Pusha T shouldn't be there. That's two people that are way too high that shouldn't even be there. Lauryn Hill shouldn't be there. So it's three motherfuckers I'm looking at that just don't belong on this list. It's not bad so far, but it's still just, I'm looking at it like it's a couple people that's too high. Dre shouldn't be either. So, folk, I'm going back through. There's four motherfuckers that just shouldn't be on this motherfucker. An MC Light should be higher. It's a couple mistakes. But it's like I said, it's subjective. There's not too much that's just outright wrong. Like those four people on this list, that's just wrong. I don't care what nobody say. But yeah, it's not horrible so far, but they got to do a little better. At 25, we got Method Man. I'm trying to think if I agree with this one or not. I can't really come up with a real reason that I feel like I truly believe as to why he shouldn't be up here. Again, this goes more into like just everything that you're representing with this selection and where you're putting him. Like, he is the most memorable member of the Wu-Tang Clan. He did hold the shit down. He does have some hits on his own. I'll give it to him. I think this shit holds up. It's Method Man. Like I said, you representing the Wu as well. So yeah, no, Method Man deserves to be in the top 25. KRS-One. He's at 24. I'm not going to disagree. Everything I've ever done in terms of research or just looking into KRS-One's career, like you got The Bridge Is Over. Again, that's one of the most legendary songs possible. He had he was doing some dope shit back in the 80s and everything, back when rap was first starting out. It's legacy picks that's on here that I guess I'm starting to notice that it's like, oh shit, the next one, Curtis Blow, 23. Now, this one, if you don't know shit about Curtis Blow and you go search up some of his music, you're gonna listen to it and be like, why the fuck did they put this nigga up here? Especially above some of these other motherfuckers. Legacy. This is legacy, and this is just influence and just, what's the word I'm looking for? Just giving someone their flowers. And I can't necessarily disagree with it at all. Like, he was like one of those rappers that he didn't have like I said, the wordplay and the skill and the technical shit, but this was somebody who had charisma, who had just sort of a way of being able to say shit. He had a persona, he had presence. And it's shit like that. You cannot understate how important that is. So Curtis Blow might not have put him at 23, but I definitely would have had him. He would have been above 30. Ghostface Killah is next. Now, this one is going to be a little personal. I'm a little biased because my mama was a big Ghostface fan, but I fuck with Ghostface. I'm not going to disagree with this one at all. I'm honestly debating if I would have put it, if you could like maybe sneak him a little bit higher. He could be in the top 20 and I wouldn't disagree with it because I forgot about him. I was just talking about Wu-Tang, talking about Method Man. Ghostface is the one that really holds it down as the best member when it comes to rapping and shit. It's just he don't have that same presence that Method Man does. So I agree with that one too. DMX, rest in peace, legendary, legit. He is one of the GOATs. I can't disagree with this one at all. He earned this spot more than most motherfuckers that I've read off so far. Big Daddy Kane is next. That's starting off the top 20. You could have flip-flopped him and DMX. You could have. I don't necessarily, like, that's no shot at Big Daddy Kane. He definitely deserves to be up here as well. Like, pioneer. Just somebody that he was doing shit. He was doing shit. So yeah, Big Daddy Kane. I'm gonna put. You could put him. I say he should be a top 20. Missy Elliott. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Would I put her above Lil' Kim? She's definitely above Lauryn Hill. Like I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go down that route again. I've already talked about Lauryn Hill. She don't deserve to be on this list. Definitely don't deserve it above Lil' Kim. But Lil' Kim versus Missy Elliott. That's actually a hard one. I'm really trying to think about this shit. Yeah, you know what? I think you can put her there. You can put Missy. I don't know if I would have her at 19 and then Lil' Kim all the way at 30, but Because I don't feel like there's not that big of a gap between the two. There's not. There's really not. Like, Missy came through with some hits, but I don't think she was ever like, she was fun, but I don't think her music was necessarily ever like so much better than some of the people she's above. Like, I definitely could switch DMX and Missy Ellen. I think that would fit or work. But nah, she deserves it. She deserves to be up in the top 25 at the very least. In that case, I guess I'm saying Lil' Kim deserves to be as well, which I agree with. So yeah, no, I agree with her being in the top 25. Just make some other shit stand out. Up next, Ice Cube. Yeah. Give Cube his credit. Give Cube his due. He deserves to be up here. Too much classic shit that he's been responsible for. Nigga was the fucking writing force behind NWA. America's Most Wanted, Death Certificate. Just all the songs he's had. He had one Hood Mentality. It was a song he came up with an album in 2005 that was on. That was a great song right there. Like, Ice Cube is just that dude. Musically, acting wise, whatever he really just tries to do, Ice Cube usually does a great job at and succeeds. So yeah, Ice Cube deserves to have his spot. 50 Cent. Now this was another one I sort of figured out where he was before I actually did this video, before I'm recording it. I saw a lot of people that was like a little bit like, why the fuck you got 50 Cent that high? He didn't really have that great of a career. It wasn't that long. You could say it wasn't, but just when you look at the strength of what 50 did while he was relevant, while he was the biggest rapper in the game, it's sort of you can't really quantify how huge he was. Just how big everything he was doing was. Like, yeah, he had all the backing in the world. You know, you got the Interscope machine behind you. Then you got a Dr. Dre cosign. Then you got Eminem in his fucking peak, like solidly behind you, like literally propping you up as the greatest thing to hit rap since like sliced bread. Nah, 50 did what he had. 50 exceeded what you would expect for somebody that has all that going for him. Like, he was the biggest motherfucker on the planet. Nigga had a video game. What other rapper have you ever heard of that just had a whole video game just based off him? So yeah, no, 50 deserves to be where he's at. Cause the music was good. Like, Get Rich or Die Trying is good. I liked the Massacre. I liked Curtis. It really was not until Animal Ambition or Before I Self-Destruct. I don't remember which one of them came first. It really wasn't until it was Before I Self-Destruct. It really wasn't until that album where I really was like, all right, he's off. So nah, 50 deserves to be. You could have put him a little lower. Like, if you're gonna put him in the top 25, you probably want to put him at 25 because he was always more persona necessarily than the actual music. Scarface is next. Wow. Yeah. I'm trying to think of all the songs about Scarface that I know of, that I fuck with, that I'm familiar with. They're all like classic. It's not just good songs, it's just shit that I like. This is stuff that's like universal. Like, this man, they got one with it. Even the song, he had that song Smile with Pac. Yeah, nah, Scarface, I'm gonna give Scarface his credit. He deserves all the fucking credit in the world. That's a legendary figure right there. So yeah, he deserves to be in the top 25. All right, stop the list. They got J. Cole at 15. I'm pissed now. I'm gonna have to see who's above him. He could be higher. Y'all know how I feel about J. Cole. That's my favorite rapper. This is the personal bias on this one especially. He should be higher. 15 ain't high enough. J. Cole he's at least number 10. Yeah, I'll say that with fact. J. Cole is that dude. So yeah, we gonna stop. We're gonna stop hating on J. Cole, because there's a lot of motherfuckers that like to hate on him. Just say he's not that guy. No, J. Cole is that guy. Kiss my ass. And yeah, LL Cool J above him? I'll fuck with LL Cool J, but no. He was a hit maker. He did good shit. He made some great records and everything. Shit that's still stand. What's the song called? I wanna rock right now. Mama said knock you out. That's a good song. It's a good song. He didn't make anything in his heyday that was better than J. Cole's. So yeah, no, don't agree with that at all. Rakim. The part of me that respects my history and understands that understands who Rakim is, wants to say that he shouldn't be. He shouldn't be below J. Cole, but you can switch him and J. Cole, and I think that's okay. You really could. LL Cool J, of course, he shouldn't be below LL Cool J, but. All right. This is going to be controversial. This is going to be one that I know some people might not agree with me when I say this. Andre 3000 is not and should not be he should be on this list, but he has not done enough to be in the top 25. If Common is not in the top 25, Andre 3000 shouldn't be. I'm not saying Andre 3000 is not better overall and individually than Common, but that man has never had a solo record. The closest thing we got was Love Below. I just don't see it. He's got some of the greatest verses of all time. I'm not going to disagree with that. You know what? I'll fuck around and say he's similar to 50 Cent. I can't put him this high with no solo album. He just does not have enough true solo work. Again, Speaker Box, Love Below. I just don't think. Yes, that's a solo Andre album, but it's not that solo Andre LP that everybody has always wanted. I just can't do it. So I'm just gonna say I don't agree with this one. Because I think about it, Outkast, you have to have Outkast representation. You have to. You could have put both of them on there, if we're being honest. Big Boy could have been top 50. Big Boy is forever. Big Boy is one of the most underrated rappers of all time. I get tired of motherfuckers just trying to act like it was all Andre. Big Boy never did his part or anything like that. Big Boy is one of the most underrated of all time. But yeah, neither one of them should be higher than 25 on the top 25. So I just don't agree with this one. These takes I'm having are just going to be just back to back controversial. Kanye West is at 11. Take him off the fucking list. Take him off. I said it. I'm gonna stand by it. It's got nothing to do with all the ignorant shit he's done in the past 2 years. It is literally all got to do with just the fact that this nigga he's a producer. He is a talented rapper. He can write some good shit. I'm not going to disagree with that. But he didn't write the majority of his best shit. He has some really bad shit to his name, and I'm just talking music in terms of shit that he wrote. Like, when you leave him to his own devices, when you just let Kanye write a verse, it's not going to be guaranteed to come out as fucking Shakespearean. This is the same nigga that made a song where he went scoopity whoop, scoop the poop, poopity scoop whoop. No, that man is not top. He's not top 25. He's not top 15. He's not. Nah, I have the same argument I have for Dr. Dre. Take this nigga off the list. There's some other rapper out there. Lupe Fiasco has not shown up on this list yet. I'm honestly baffled by that. I find that disgusting. There's been no A Tribe Called Quest representation. And I'll be honest with you, I like a Tribe Talk Called Quest. If they're not already on the list, they're not going to be on it because they damn sure shouldn't be top 10. What I have a problem with so far is that it feels like certain people are just getting by off the strength of, like, if this is the greatest hip-hop artist, then the list is different. I can agree with some of these selections. Kanye should probably be higher if that's the case. But if we're talking rappers, what I think of when I think of what makes a rapper, Kanye shouldn't be in this list. He just shouldn't. He shouldn't be right outside the top 10. He shouldn't be above J. Cole. He's not. He's fucking not. Again, as an artist, maybe. As a rapper, hell to the fuck no. And I'm going to leave it at that because I can actually feel like I could do an episode about this. No, he's not above these motherfuckers. He's not above a lot of motherfuckers that have come for. He's not above Rakim. Yeah, he's not better than Rakim or Cole or Scarface. He's not better than Ice Cube. He's not better than DMX. No, he's not better as a rapper than Ghostface Killah. He's not better as a rapper than a lot of these people. So that one just really, I'm mad they put him that high. There's at least three motherfuckers that should have been on the list or could have been on the list that weren't because they just had motherfuckers that didn't even belong on the list, period. 10 is Nicki Minaj. You know what? I feel like I want to put her at 11 because I feel like J. Cole deserves 10 at the very least. But Nicki is such an underrated legend, and I feel like she doesn't get the credit she deserves. Again, I could do a whole episode just about why I feel like her legacy is just not held up and respected the way it should be. I really could. But I'm gonna say top 10 is where you can put Nicki in the top 10 or 9. I'm not batting an eye. You could have put her at 10 or 9. You could have put J. Cole at 10 and put Nicki at 9, and I would be okay with it. She really is that fucking good. Like, she really has held the shit down that she's done. The verses that we've gotten from Nicki have been legendary. I'm going to tell you right now, her albums, she's had. I can't really judge some of her albums because it's like with female rap, for me, especially when it's like modern female rap, it's just certain shit is just, I don't feel like that's for me to be, how do I say this? It's not shit that is for me to be listening to. I can't listen to Nicki talk about some of the shit that she talks about and just be like, yes, that's it. You fucking spit. Because it's not for me. So, while I don't necessarily, I've never been able to get through an entire album of Nicki, I'm going to say that she definitely deserves it. Her placement. Like, just based off Monsterverse alone, you can give her that because she outdid everybody. Snoop is at 9. Oh, hell no. And actually, let me think about this. Let me really think about this. I actually I don't like how strong I just had that reaction because I don't think Snoop deserves that. He's had too legendary of a career to not even be a discussion for a top 10 placement. First album is a classic, undeniable. The work that he put in on the Chronic, it's Dre's album, but you gotta put Snoop's name on that. That's just as much Snoop work as it is Dre, in my opinion, when it comes to just all the shit that he was writing and all the shit that he was a part of on it. The Game is to be sold, not be told. Rhythm and Gangsta RNG. That's the album for y'all who don't a lot of people I feel like probably don't remember that album, but you remember the songs. Let's Get Blown, Drop It Like It's Hot. That is one of the greatest albums of all time. Rap albums of all time to me. That I literally just feel like that shit reminds me of my childhood. It might be a little bit of nostalgia coming in for me right there. But yeah, the more I think about it, Snoop definitely deserves his spot. You got to put him in the top. You got to put him in the top 15 at least. It's getting harder to like put some of these names up against each other and say you don't deserve to be here. So this is hard. Looking at some of these names. After Snoop, we got Drake. We got Drake at 8. Yeah. 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 I'd probably put Drake at the bottom of my top 10 at this point. Me personally. I just don't. He's damn sure not top 5. But he's earned the right to be top 10. He's just been doing it for too long. He's had too much good quality shit. So yeah, we're going to give Drake his due. Wayne at 7. You know, I'm starting to get an idea of who some of these other names are going to have to be. Just have to be, because there's only like 3 more before the top 3, and I know who the top 3 are. So this is a hard list to really like disagree with, at least when you get into the top 10, because everybody on the top 10, you think of your top 10 rappers, you're thinking of these people. Wayne could literally be in the top 5, top 3 even, and I don't think I would have had too much of an issue. So I'm gonna just leave off this Wayne spot by saying, me personally, I got him at 5. What he did, I still go back to some of his old music because, again, I've told the story already. I was one of the Wayne haters back in the day. I was so tired of hearing the nigga on every single song where I just started to hate on him. I was in my edgy phase. I didn't like him at the time. I thought, oh God, I was one of those, Lil Wayne, more like Gay Wayne. I was that motherfucking middle school. I didn't want to just admit that I was witnessing greatness. And you go back, I still go back to some of them songs. I still go back to The Block Is Hot. That's how long this motherfucker has just been giving us dope shit. So yeah, no, Wayne is where he belongs. He's earned that right. He's had a great fucking career. Number 6, Biggie. Yeah, Biggie is exactly where the fuck he needs to be. He is exactly where he needs to be. You could have put him a little lower. Because the thing I've sort of just had to come to the realization of when it comes to Biggie is, as great as he was, and he was fucking great. He was one of the most technically sound and just good rappers, at the same time managing to keep himself just interesting and just charismatic with everything he was doing. It can't be just talked about enough how amazing it was he was able to combine those 2 elements. But the nigga had 2 albums. You cannot end up where you are with 2 albums. So yeah, he's right where he needs to be. Eminem is in the top 5. Eminem is 5. Yes, we're not going to disagree with this. Eminem is where he needs to be. You could this is someone who has already came out and admitted, I've only got the commercial success I did because I was white. So the commercial success is one thing, but you cannot act like Eminem was just shit on and just rejected by the black community back then growing up. It wasn't like Eminem was just not respected within hip hop or rap. Motherfuckers fucked with him. Wayne fucked with Eminem since day one. Motherfuckers, he was that good. He was that guy. So you can hate on Eminem, you can hate on the career where he's at in his career right now. It's not great. I'm not gonna try to sugarcoat that shit. I talked about him earlier. He lost what made him interesting, and now he's just a technical rapper, and that's why his music is damn near unlistenable for me now. But what he was doing back in his heyday, in his time, you can't hate on it. He's still, Renegade is a thing. Not embarrassed. He outdid Jay-Z on his own song. That is a fucking that's a thing in rap, being renegated by somebody. He is that guy. So yeah, Slim Shady earned his spot. He deserves to be in the top 5. The only other motherfucker that could be in at number 4 that is not in the top 3, it's got to be Pac. It's got to be. There is nothing that can be said that is going to do Tupac's legacy justice. What he means for rap, what he meant. Fuck the music. What hip-hop is as a culture, what you think of when you think of rap, that music of rebellion, that music of social consciousness. You think of Pac, you think of what he sort of like came into the game on. Like, it's I've done papers on this man. I remember when Tupac Resurrection first came out, I was in the theater watching that. He's that guy. Like, motherfuckers, there's a reason why you made a hologram Tupac and you had him at Coachella. He is that dude. You know, like, I still hate that he ended up the way he did in terms of like just hanging around the wrong motherfuckers, getting involved in the wrong shit, and it leading him to his death the way it did. I hate all that. But even at the end, even when he was getting more into the more ignorant side of himself and not really holding up some of the social shit that he had started out came in the game on. All Eyes on Me is one of the greatest albums of all time. That is top 5 rap albums for me. Machiavelli the 7 Day Theory. Again, another great album. Me Against the World. That's still one. That's one of my personal top 5. Like, the objective top 5, just quality, and then there's just my personal top 5. That's one of my favorite albums. Pac he's done so much. He's literally influenced every motherfucker you could think of. You really don't got to do. I really don't feel like I even need to say too much to sort of justify or explain why Tupac and Biggie are where they're at. Y'all know. If you're a rap fan, you know. If you don't, I'm sort of confused as to why you're listening to this right now. Now, the top 3. There's only 3 other real names left that you could really put in this top 3 position. We already listed off Pac. Biggie's been listed. Wayne's been listed. Drake, even though I don't think how you can make that argument feasibly, but he's been listed. Even Eminem, for my non-black listeners, he's been listed. The only other 3 motherfuckers you could really go with: Nas, Kendrick, Jay-Z. And that is the order they're in. Nas at 3, Kendrick at 2, Jay-Z at 1. Now, I'm not going to disagree with that top 3. That is sort of undeniable. Me personally, I feel like you could switch out. And this is my big thing. Jay-Z has never, in my honest opinion, been the best rapper. From the moment he came into the game to where we are now, he's never been that guy in terms of music. He's a businessman. He's a mogul. He's done so much great shit for the culture just outside of away from the mic, helping it be just like appreciated more. But I can't put him as the greatest rapper of all time. He's top 10, he's top 5, but he's not better than Nas. He's not better than Kendrick, and he is not better than Pac. personally, this is going to be very controversial. I'd put Eminem above him. But with that being said, I'm not going to sit here and act like this is like abhorrent. It's not blasphemous. Jay-Z is that dude. Kendrick, it's really weird to just see somebody that is like in my generation of music and has really, I feel like if Kendrick's dropped a lot of music, but it doesn't feel like he has sometimes to me. And that's purely probably just because in today's music environment, we got rappers dropping 2 or 3 albums a year, projects. They never really seem to go away. So he stands out as somebody who takes their time, but I don't know. I don't know if I would put him above Nas yet. Like, I don't know if he's 2. I don't agree with that. And Nas, if you're going to put Nas anywhere on this list, he's either 2 or 1. Me personally, Pac at 1, Nas at 2, Kendrick at 3, Eminem at 4, Hove at 5. I like the top 5. I do. I just don't agree with the shuffling of the order. So Nas, I feel like just him at 3, I feel like he's just had more of a legacy than Kendrick at this point. Now, Kendrick is probably going to surpass him. Like, I'm not going to deny that, but at the current moment, no. I don't think that Kendrick is a better rapper overall throughout his entire career than Nas. Nas is a nigga that's had, like, he's still dropping high quality, amazing shit at this point. You have to understand and appreciate that. He's not just some rapper that's just still making music that only old heads can listen to and fuck with. I listen to King's Disease 1 and 2 and still have jams I'm playing on them. That's not even to mention Magic, the album he came out with as well. Like this, like Nas is doing his thing still. So me personally, I think it's like he's had like a Shawn Michaels HBK type run. If you know wrestling, you know what I'm talking about. HBK came, like, all my older motherfuckers, they might remember him if they were into wrestling at all. He was really good in the 90s. That was his heyday. He had to go away. I got injured. Then he came back. He was older, had a whole second career run, and it feels like that's what I'm witnessing with Nas right now. Like a career resurgence where he's just, again, showing y'all why it don't matter how old he is or anything. He's still the best rapper. He's still that guy. Like, he's the blueprint. So me, I think Nas definitely is still he's still better than Kendrick. He's definitely better than Jay-Z. I feel like Jay-Z at number 1 is like, we're putting all the other stuff he did. And not to say that Jay-Z hasn't had great music or classic albums. Blueprint 1 and 2 and 3. This is all iconic shit, but I'm not putting that man above Nas. And with all due respect to him, he ain't above Kendrick current. Yo, this is your boy Germ, just checking in to make sure that I remind you, in case you ain't know so already, go and stop what you're doing. Go and just take a moment, go and search up Kevin Wayne on whatever streaming platform that you're listening to me on. Whether it be Apple Music, whether it be Spotify, whether it be whatever. Chances are his music, especially the latest singles he's dropping from his latest project that's going to be coming out soon called Storm, is going to be out available to you right now. He's already dropped CSF, Heat. He's already dropped Harder, Heat. He's already dropped Fallen, Heat. The heat's all out there. So if you haven't listened to it yet, stop sleeping. Just stop sleeping for me for a second. Go over, open up that search bar, type his name in. Once again, it's Kevin Wayne. You can find him on Instagram at Complete Kevin. Stop what you're doing. Go search this man up and go find his shit. Once again, shout out to Kevin Wayne. Storm coming soon. Shout out to the whole Melting Point group. Thank you. Now, to finish things off on this one went way longer than I thought it was going to. I I spent more time talking about each selection than I wanted to, I guess. There were some snubs. Like I said before, Lupe Fiasco's not on this. That's crazy to me. You don't have fucking MF Doom. Like and I'm not somebody that sits. I'm not gonna try to go on some real hip hop type shit and act like I'm some huge big fan of MF Doom. But there's certain people on here to where it's like, if you're gonna put him on here just off his technical skill or the fact that he's got just crazy bars, you have to put somebody like Doom. I'm a little shocked the more I thought about it, because you can't just have a top 50 greatest rappers list and not include somebody like him on it. He's probably a lot of motherfuckers on this list favorite rapper. So I'm a little shocked by that. You know, there's a couple of names on it. No Talib Kweli. I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking about this, because there's some motherfuckers on here that's like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are we really going to sit here and say that, like, Dr. Dre deserves to be on the list and not Lupe? I'm a little shocked at some of these some of these choices. But it is what it is, you know. It's like I told y'all at the beginning. This list is opinion based. I can't really sit here and say that, like, this shit is just blasphemous or wrong, because these other motherfuckers' opinions. And I'm sure it wasn't just one person's opinion at Billboard and Vibe. They probably had to go and do a little collective list. They had to ask a lot of people. With all that being said, though, I want everyone, if there's a name on here that you didn't hear mentioned that you think should have been mentioned, go ahead and feel free. Let me know. Reach out to me. Let me know. I'm going to do a follow-up episode on this with the rest of the boys, because it's interesting, you know? It really does make you think about, like, the criteria that they chose on, like longevity, impact, influence, and all that. Did they get this list right? Because I'm already looking through it, and I just see a couple of names on here that are just glaringly missing. But that's all I got for this one. This has been Kinetic Aesthetic. I am your boy Germ, of course. Very thankful that you all choose to spend some time with me here, listening to me talk to you about this Billboard list. And make sure you go ahead and, like I said, let me know any differences you would have had in your list or anything that you found glaring about it. But this has been Kinetic Aesthetic. I am your host, Germ. I want you to have a beautiful rest of your day and an even better rest of your tomorrow.